The Satyr just isn't a good class. What you don't realize is that you have to build the Satyr the correct way, and unfortunately, he doesn't shine until you get A gear. That's when you get basically most of the stuff that makes your Satyr probably one of the best classes in the game. Um, People don't believe it, but I have clips of the damage of the Satyr doing, 250,000 damage on off Burning Blade, 120,000 plus shield slam crashes on crits. But without further ado, let me just pick up some gear that's in the warehouse. Let's see. Here's a maximum shoulders, almost maximum critical damage chest, critical helm, and let me see if I can get that desert song ring. Where is it? There it is. I believe I have everything that I need. Okay, so starting off with today's video is going to be the sword. For the sword, you want to have the Old Legion double-edged sword. If you can, preferably get a 500 roll or higher, because that gives you extra 500 attack on top of the 6,000 that you get from it being Mythic 5. Now, the secondary is actually going to be the Shield of the Forgotten Knight. As you noticed, every other class in the game, the defense offhand, in my opinion, has always been the best, because it's just kind of like a passive ability that you don't really have to worry about. But other than that, the Barrier of the Warrior King is also a very good one, because your shield throw reduces affected enemy's defense by 6.3%. So that one, if you're doing PvE, fighting bosses, or maybe in PvP, the Shield of the Forgotten Knight gives you that 2k defense. I'm not really bothering with the HP, but that's viable for PvP if you want to worry about that. The other last shield would probably be the Shield of an Old Hero if you really are into PvP. I mean, there's a PvP defense B shield, but this one just gives you 1200 extra guard gauge, which is basically what satyrs do. And pretty much the entire fight in PvP and wait for openings is just do this. You L left bumper or left trigger depending on your controller. For PS4 it's going to be L1 or L2. As you can see, by having guard gauge, I can hold the shield up, get attacked by enemies, and basically wait for an opening to attack and do my moves. For your helmet, you're going to be rocking the Unsung Heroes Guard. That's never changed. Chest piece, you're going to be rocking the old Empire body armor for 25% crit damage. Legs are entirely up to you. I prefer, just a kind of the passive defense. Depending on the blessing, for example, like if I'm going to be focusing the defense, whatchamacallit, charger store of the guard gauge, then I'd probably get that. Let me check, hold on, sorry, I just had to think about it. I'll show you the legs for the A. Alright, so there's HP helm, there's stamina, but that's irrelevant. If you want to go for a Carver Path build, that works, but honestly Carver Path doesn't do as much damage as it used to. Again, here goes the charge. Dauntless Charge restores 10 to 30% of guard gauge, but that's okay. I wouldn't worry about that. If you're going for a PvP setup, definitely go for this. You don't need Dauntless Charge, reduces affected enemies, not worth it. So in my vote, I would go for the defense legs, because that's just like, again, another passive ability. The shoes, you are free to use the Blue Dawn boots or the Unsung Heroes boots. For the build that I'm going to be showing you guys right now, I'm going to be showing you with the Unsung Heroes boots, which is attack boots. Let me pick up these gauntlets, which are basically in the storage. 1 second. 1 second, those spellcasting beasts. I will be able to answer your questions in a second. I'm just currently doing a video for YouTube. I'm going to be ending my stream afterwards. Alright, here comes the Centurion gauntlets. Okay, boom. Centurion gauntlets, 500 roll. Shoulders, I'm going to be using the max roll 530s. I got 911, 9 whites and 11 reds. Let's see, waist is going to be, obviously, is going to be the critical hit damage belt. I do have a better one. It's a 25.5, but I didn't want to bring it over. But everything is here, so you can basically see for yourself that I have flexibility. I can rock the Necklace of the Corrupted and the Desert Song Ring right here. So right here, my build is 16% crit rate, but 200% crit damage. If I remove these boots and instead go for the crit rate boots, I'm gonna have to swap something out. Let's see. I have a triple white right here, but I can rock these boots. I'll have 23% crit rate, 200% crit damage. I've already showed this different basically effects of this build on one of my videos, so you can see for yourself. But just to kind of show you guys again, we consume shared meals. Alright, here we go. Beef curry. Oof, that is expensive. Alright, but let's just do it for you guys. Boom. I need to get an elixir of thorns. Do I have panacea blades and elixir of thorns? Let's see. Okay, elixir of thorns. Boom. Blue. Panacea of blades. I still got 16. Not to mention you want to be on Lionheart Legacy. Being on Lionheart Legacy gives you an extra attack buff. So hold on, let me sit and share this. Okay, now let me switch my blessing. And one reborn, I will be streaming after I upload this video. So you don't have to worry about that. So, unbuffed, I mean completely buffed up, my attack is at 10,659 with the curry, panacea blades, and elixir of thorns. So my critical hit rate is 23% and my critical hit damage is 223. Now, it's actually 10,300 attack power. Somebody must have had an attack buff next to me. If I use my attack buff right here, for the next minute, my attack's actually at 11,569. So let's go show you what the Crusader can do just on basic ads. Alright, here comes the Dreadnought Spectre. Let's see. And 19,000 on a crit, 25,000 on those crits. And these are just the basic combos. And remember, for this buff applies to the entire team. I keep basically averaging around 18 to 20k on those crits. Alright, so my burning blade is basically charged up. So I'm actually going to pull a lot of these ads and see what I can do. Remember, this is just with Necklace of Corrupted and Desert Song Ring. My preferred build is actually Horde Necklace and Desert Song Ring. Okay, here we go. $35, $35, $35 on all these ads. Remember, if you get hit while you're doing your guard, you can actually move. Right now I'm locked in, but the second he hits me, I can actually move. This is basically what the Crusader can do with the only 9 whites. And let's see, what am I rocking? Yeah, 9 whites for the Desert Song. Let me see if I can switch over to... Let me switch to the Reds build 1 second, folks. I left the Horde Necklace. That is a fatty rip. Well, let's go into a quick Corrupted Creation so you guys can see for yourself. The best build, take my word for it, is the Horde Necklace and the Desert Song Ring. The boots you're going to be rocking is going to be the it's going to be the Blue Dawn boots or the Unsung boots. But if you do use the Unsung Heroes boots, you have to eat for crit rate. If you use the Blue Dawn boots, then you have to eat for beef curry. Remember that. That's very specific. More crit rate means you have to compensate with beef curry. If you use the attack boots, you have to use tiger shrimp. Personally, I'd rather go the attack route and run the attack boots and just eat for beef curry, because 17 to 20% crit rate is more than enough in my opinion. That's where I get probably the most numbers I've ever seen. Okay. Alright, let me buff this guy here. That's it. I don't know how you guys feel about the Crusader, but personally he's one of my favorite classes. So just know that if you build him this way, he will not disappoint. I do have another Mythic 5 sword, and that's more for like Blind Executioner and Nightwind. This is for defense down 20%. But Earthbreaker on Zerks is pretty much demolishing like defense down. There's no point to even have a Satyr running defense down if there's a Zerk. Unsung Hero Helm, Old Empire body armor, legs are defense, shoes are your choice, critical hit rate, or Unsung Heroes boots. Gloves are Centurion gauntlets, shoulders are the Dragonite shoulder armor, and the waist is the Blue Dawn belt. Make sure it's a 25.5 or above, 24% and above. Don't settle for anything less. The runes that you're going to be going for, as you see on the top left, is you want to have 9 whites, 9 reds. Have a Horde necklace or the necklace of the corrupted. My preference is the Horde necklace. The ring is going to be the Desert Song ring, absolutely only the Desert Song ring. And if you want to go for a comfy build, always rock at least 8 greens minimum. Fit that into your build so you can use the Ring of the Whispering Serpent, which gives you 2% of your health back. I've done Sinister Ring and Horde necklace, and the numbers just weren't as good as a crit build. That is just my experience and what I've played with, in all the months that I've played with the Satyr. You make your choice and you show me what you're capable of. But I can't imagine anyone hitting harder than what I basically have, because most of my stuff is basically max roll, or if not second to max roll gear. So the numbers I'm showing is just right there. If you want to add more buffs to your numbers, always have the team be a Satyr with the attack buff, Ranger with Mark, Priest with all of the buffs, like the attack buff staff, the attack buff shields, the attack buff ring, or the purple ring that gives you 10% extra attack. And you want to have 2 Zerks in for defense down, complete to 100% defense down. And that's when your Satyr's really going to start shining and showing you the nice numbers. Because without it, you're going to be hitting 30 to 50k crits. But with the right team composition, you're going to be hitting those nice numbers. But that's pretty much it. That concludes today's video on the best build for the Crusader. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment on my YouTube or join the Discord and ask me there. I'll be here to help. And again, I'll be streaming this game for about maybe 2 more weeks before I move on to some other ones to help other players. So feel free to ask anything that you need on PS4 and I'll be here to help. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow socials, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, TheGuitarist562. If you are watching the end of this video, just know that I am going to be live after I upload this. So basically watch me on Twitch. Take it easy guys, have fun, and stay blessed.